Yeah, hi guys. I just forgot to delete my recycle bin. So I'm not flowing very well. This is just. I think I was at that. And I've shared my detective dream that we light up. And you know about the aeroplanes, and now it's confirmed that it's in the water in the rain. And it makes sense why I lit up when there's absolutely no way. I'll die before I get anything in my veins. Absolutely die. I've always known since that dream. The Colgate ad, it's a New Zealand Colgate ad from the 70s, and it goes, Mrs. Marsh, she puts a piece of chalk in this coloured water, the Lord showed me. And the children are there saying, it's what it is supposed to be, it's fluoride. And she says, and it's blue, dark blue, like that corner of the octopus. And the main line is that it gets in, it really gets in. Does it get in, Mrs. Marsh? It gets in. She looks at the camera and she's in her little white jacket trying to be a scientist. It gets in, it really gets in. Oh, it's not very true scientific test, is it? Putting a piece of chalk in coloured water. But, you know, we're buying it. But the thing is, it really gets in. So let's just stay at the premise that we light up. You can't run and hide from this. I've got the Lord's led me to the Bible where it's pretty obvious. We're not going to run and hide. We either are for him or against him, and that's the way it is. But there's some warnings in Scripture the Lord's given me. I'm not a teacher, but I am going to show you the Bible. And I don't know if I'll fit it in here. So the coloured sky is not our Messiah. Because we know there's going to be an alien invasion. I had the dream, I've seen the orbs. There is going to be that. And that's going to be your explanation for this superhuman Antichrist who's basically got something that everybody adores. Because, let's face it, yes, there's a popularity that Bum's got. But the full manifestation has not been on stage. And I know I showed you Barker on stage. The Lord quickened. He's the Antichrist symbol on the stage. And it was only yesterday. Okay, so it's right around the corner. And without going through all my messages, I will tell you now. I got this word, time to cash your chips in. You know what that means, don't you? Time to cash your chips in. Remember? Matthew 22:11. My dream. The vagabond. Basically the banquet. The servant sent out to the town, important townspeople. They're too busy. The everyday townspeople, no, they're too busy too. Outside of the city gates to the vagabonds. The vagabonds are the ones that look like Jesus. Yes. It's not long until we're vagabonds, is it? So don't, just whatever your picture is of people who live outside the city, change it now. It's relevant. Can you see? Because that's where you're going to end up. It's the only safe place. Sorry. You were told to get out last year. You were told to stop working for the government last year. You were told the communist invasion dream the 6th of January last year. So there's roadblocks, and there is an army, and there are places where they're already going to take beachheads. There's a beachhead in New Zealand. The water comes up in New Zealand, but it's not the wave you're expecting in Babylon. And that is going to take you out if you're an American. So I'm watching over the bridge, and there's another bridge, and it's you, and I'm going to wait for you to jump. You're the sheep that's going to jump. You are going to jump. So the Rumble link, Many Fish, is probably a good place to go because it's a good summary of these things. Now, I'll tell you what, I know what it's like because I went to this movie, and that's what I was just about to show you. Yep. So if I go to my history on YouTube, history, this is just a shortcut from going through my messenger. My messenger's failed now. I'm pretty sure they've stopped me from messaging because of the post. Nothing's loading, but my YouTube's loading, okay? So this is my history. There's a lot on here that I have looked at myself. Now, I still have a thing with this one, this Ed Sheeran Shivers. That's about the dream. Amy coming into my son's dream, the dream that I still haven't finished, about this mountain with some really disgusting foul things engraved in it that my daughter Amy is presenting. At the top of it, we see the Lord of the Harvest sorting out what his plan is. Who goes back on Earth? It's a place of Paradise Island, obviously. I've had that dream. Who goes back to Earth? Who gets to just stay? And I tell you what, the ones that stay don't want to. But they've done their time. I'm not going to guess who it is, but it could be Claire. I'd say he's pretty much done his time. You know, Johnny does it. He does it. It's not me. Now, Shivers, he kisses the girl at the beginning, and it's like bubble gum. It smells like bubble gum, you know, like strawberry bubble gum. Well, that's the dream I've had. I said that she's come in this dream I'm sharing, but she's come in another dream. I was in bed, and I may have jumped into, I'm not sure, but anyway, Emily, my two daughters, Emily and Amy, were there, and they were like children. You know how I've just posted pictures of them as kids? They were even younger than that, and they were in the bed. And we're all cuddling up. It's like a real happy time for me to have a dream like that. It was a wonderful start to the dream. And as soon as I jumped in their bed, Emily just buggered off, the little bee. She's the lawyer who's going to be the first one lined up for the bee. She buggered off, which is her, but Amy stayed, and it was just so cute. She was crawling over me, and she came up to my lips for a kiss. She might have been 3 or 4. She could speak. And when she kissed me, she looked back at me, and she was disappointed because my kiss didn't smell like bubble gum. You got that? At the time, I was looking at Poppy, the pop star, and God had reminded me of all the pops. She wrote Genesis 1. Yes, she did. She wrote a wee cartoon book. She called it Genesis 1 in an interview. So she knows, she's pointing to some things. But anyway, you'll notice that she's like strawberries. You know, we had a strawberry shortcake doll way back then. That's what Amy says. She's disappointed because she's smelling my lips. She doesn't kiss me, she smells my lips to see if it's like strawberries. That's right, that's what I explained to her. She thinks I'm wearing that lip gloss that's like strawberries that kids use, bubblegum. But I don't. I just use Vaseline. Didn't smell. It smells yucky, if anything. She was disappointed. Then I woke up and looking at Poppy. I know about the pops on the internet that I told you to beware of. And when people pray in tongues, I had, at least 50 little demons try and get into me from a person who was praying in tongues. And the Lord had them leave straight away, and they come out as burps. So he showed me how dangerous the internet was. So without Christ, I'm saying, yeah, you'll light up, but you're receiving demons daily. And they're adding up, guys. That's why when in the detectives, I look around, I know they've got demons, these people. Yes, Christians have demons. When the angel tells me how to hide, it's between two walls, and it harks back to the Matrix when they're trying to get away from the tentacles of those things that swim, that are just like octopuses. You got that? So that's exactly what that dream's about. I light up, and it's because of what the Lord has already shown me the year before, coming out of the sky. I don't believe it because I've seen the plane. I don't believe it because I've seen it on the internet. I believe it because the Lord told me at the time. I posted it live when He spoke, and He quickened it to me. I've always known it. That's how come we lit up. That's why this is important, how I started part 1. What is puddling on the ground in those videos is the stuff that's coming out of the sky. We don't need to wait for the science. It's the same as the babies that are being born. If you haven't seen them yet, go on to one of those other channels, other sites, and you'll see them. I'm not going to show you because the girl who's posted the babies, who posted the liquid squids from the vial, she can't post anymore, and she's been on my channel, and basically I can't seem to post on my messenger anymore. But I can still show you what I got, what I've done between then and now, and I can go back and show you the gold trail. So it could possibly be the end of Messenger and Facebook. So we are in dangerous times here. They are very concerned about this information. The information I'm giving you now is not what everyone else is giving you. It's what the Lord showed me, the gold trail. So we light up. An angel told me how to hide. In my messenger, I've tracked already the gold trail about the angels being sent out. I know when they were sent out. You have one. Your safe word is angel, and your angel will tell you where to hide. Now, there's no guarantees that you're in a place with God like I am. No guarantees at all. Unless you've heard. I've heard. I'm sure. Absolutely sure. Do you understand? So it's like the Matrix hiding behind the walls from that tentacle thing. Now, the Lord in 2018 sent me to a movie, and that's what I'm just about to try and find you. There we go. So it's only, see, this is my history. This is Running Bear. Oh, here we go. Now we can see. So without me going to Messenger, there's the babies. Now, I just want to let you know, it's in my testimony. Because my career went down the tube with the divorce and my husband taking the children as a primary teacher, I got another degree as an early childhood teacher. When I was training, the Lord had me, and I know it was God, and my hand is burning, to do a research project on primary care. And I was a nursery teacher in early childhood doing this project about the bond, how important it is to develop love, their knowledge of love between the mother and the child, or the father and the child, whatever, for them to have the snippets in their brain and the connections to understand empathy. Do you know what I believe? Because I've looked at these videos, and I'm just going to prophesy it now. These babies, they're being held by their parents. And there's some comments here that people are saying, if that baby was mine, I'd never have another one. These are the V babies. They're doing everything they can to bond with them. They love these babies. They won't bond. These don't bond. I'm telling you now, I'm prophesying, these will not bond, these babies. These will not bond. They're not capable of bonding. And ones that don't bond are psychopaths. Yes, they are, because that's what happens in the brain. They lack empathy. Well, there's nothing you can do to love these babies. You can't love them out of it. And the ones that are around you that are like this, grown people, you can't love them out of it. You can forget it. And the Lord, and it's in my Go Trail, has given me that word. Don't come here. Don't come round here anymore. Tom Petty, the song. Don't come round here anymore. I had a man sit here. I've warned him, and he went and had the second one and the booster. Now, the reason why I know the children are true is because not yesterday, day before, I popped in down the road to a wee gnome guy who smokes dope called Scotty, who I met 3 years ago, who's popped up here once this year already. But basically, he ran scared when I gave him one of those red books from up there and asked him to join me. He's not saved. The Lord gave me a picture that he was scared. So he sat there grinning like a Cheshire cat, rolling his dope while I showed him the pictures of that. And the last thing I said to him before I left, I said, I'm doing it in love, and I know that all of you have done the same thing. But does everything you say out of your mouth turn into something prophetic that the Lord is speaking? Because that's where you need to be. That's where you need to be. It is no longer me that lives, it's him that lives through us. So the last thing I said to him was, and he's never had a wife or children, he's nearly in his 80s, I said, would you give it, now that you've seen those pictures, to your pregnant wife? And he did go a wee quiet, and that was it. And I changed the subject, and I looked at his 2 goats. They're disgusting goats. When I left his house one time and I was at the Glory House, I had a dream where his goats were escaping through the fence, right? Well, that night I felt goat hooves on. It was probably the only bad dream I've had. But, not from, it was, you'd say it's not from God, but there's a revelation in it. Therefore, it's from God. If you can turn it up, it's from the Lord. But if you get fear from it, then it's not. Do you understand? You only own things that you can overcome. So I overcome that. But I felt it climbing over that fence and on my legs, its hooves, the goat. So I saw his 2 white goats and then left. And I did have a little bit of, I was a wee bit upset that day. Because I'd not only seen this one, but I saw a clip of a lady in Arabia. And it's all over her body. And if you're squeamish, you don't want to see it, it said. Well, the thing is, on Messenger, I had just written, before I saw it, Jesus is not squeamish. That's what I wrote. And I can show you. I will go back and go through it. I said, Jesus is not squeamish. Then I pressed on this video this lady had sent. And this woman, her skin was so pickled. It was those 3 colours, orange, yellow and black, all over her face. And she was dying. Her body was rotting. And it was straight after her V. So the plague is here. It's not anything that we've had so far, because before 2020, and we had the China V, the Lord gave me the word black plague. So that's what I call it. I'll never call it anything else, but the black plague is coming from Exorcist. Yes, it is. That's coming as well. So there's too many things that you can run and hide from, and they're all being inundated, they're all being thrown at you. And these are the scriptures that the Lord has shown me that I want to read. It will be very relevant once you get this. This is real life here. This is real life. And I've got a real life Bible. And I choose to read from that. I have got the screenshots of it in KJV, which I will show you first. But we'll get there. The babies. I'm an early childhood centre teacher. I've studied primary care. And I know child development, and I've watched babies. And you don't even need to go there. Just go to go to God if you haven't done this. If you're not hearing the way I am, go to God, because you need to get to that place and you need to get there now. It took me 3 months, but I had to be broken first. Does that make sense? I had to be broken, then it took me 3 months on my own totally. It's well worth spending that 3 months with the Lord. Do you understand that? Look, I'm tired of people saying, I fasted. I never fasted. I spent 3 months with the Lord. And I didn't pray my own prayers. I waited on the Lord to be lifted up on eagle's wings, because I know how to rest and wait in the Holy Spirit. I don't move without Him. And that is the only way to walk with Christ. And if you don't walk that way, I'm afraid you're not turned up. I know it's hard to say this, but it's true. As many that are called by the Lord are led by Him. I know I muddled that up, but you know what I mean. If you're not led by Him, if you're leading the way, right, I'm just throwing, I know I sound urgent, I'm throwing in so many dreams are just coming together. So what dream was I at then? Oh yeah, that's right. Let's do this one. I get a Kodak for this music, for this clip. Now, there's no sound. Right, here we go. It's playing.
Melody of your destruction.
Okay, you got it? Music, Pied Piper. Do you want to know what's coming up?
Everybody out now!
See it? Did you see it? Right, so I'm in the movie theatre watching this. I didn't mean to watch it, but the Lord meant me to. I turned out it was children's holidays. So I had to watch this. When I got to the end, this is the end. You can find the clip. Okay? It's the Kraken. It's Billie Eilish. It's Amy. It's the Kraken. Enough? I stood up. I was videoing it. I knew I was going to run. And I let myself run. I knew that it was just a movie, but I knew I was going to run. Now, I'd parked my car quite a long way away. I don't know why, because whenever I go to the movies, I can get a park right next to the theatre, but I didn't. I don't know why I didn't. It was the Lord. I had to run about 3 blocks, and I'm not a runner. Well, not at that stage. And I ran like, when I was running, I was listening to the Holy Spirit. So I recorded the live in the theatre, and I ran like I was running from a tidal wave. It's what the Lord was quickening to me. I ran like I was running from earthquake, where the ground is opening up and you're going to fall in. And they were the 2 things I was running from. And I got in the car, I was puffing like anything. And to me, it felt like it was happening now. That's why my channel was called The Time Is Now. The Lord will show you and prepare you with these things. That's what I can tell you without a doubt, that Isaiah 24, when the earth wobbles, will happen, and I know that feeling. I've been slain with it. I know that the 3 days of darkness will happen, and I know what the death that comes over is like. I've been slain with it, and I've been slain with this, and I've run out of time. Okay?